Hey YouTube, this is X the Champ RDS.
Red Faction Yu-Gi-Oh people.
Oh Jesus.
Whatever you are.
Yeah.
And you know, as you can tell, we have the ban list, and this is the first time we've been together since the ban list has been announced. So we're gonna give our thoughts, or at least me and Red Faction are here. Anyways, hey,
Dang it.
do you have to play that? It
Yes.
picks up. The button mashing picks up.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Well, anyways, the ban list is announced. Many people are pissed, and I've seen many people like rage quit Yu-Gi-Oh altogether over this list. Anyways,
We lost Reborn.
we know, or they know, anyways. But right now, we're gonna go through our thoughts on the new list. And granted, you know, first off, let's go through the first big change. Okay, the ban list rotation.
Oh, sorry.
Pay
I
attention.
was reading something about my friend's wedding.
I could care less about your friend's wedding, and so
Gee,
can the
thanks.
viewers.
Gee, thanks.
So could the viewers.
Thanks,
You guys know
everybody.
what's right. Okay, anyways. First major change is the ban list changes every 4 months now. The ban list rotation, the forbidden traditional list rotation, is now every 4 months. What do you think on that?
Quite strange. It was needed, but quite strange.
Well,
This means the problem stuff can get
well,
whacked
it
a
happened
little faster.
before back in 2008,
True.
but
It did?
yeah, it used
remember
to
that.
be like that before, and then they changed everything once we entered the synchro generations.
See, makes sense.
You know. Anyways, how about you? What do you think of the new list?
I really don't think I have any complaints about it. At least they can have time to speculate about new things as well as, I guess, hit problems, but like before they become a serious threat.
I think, though, my opinion on this is, it actually controls the prices in the game,
I think it does.
because
This might be Konami's stab at the secondary market, because they probably don't like figuring out that they sell these packs for, you know, this much or whatever, and people are turning around selling these things for $100-some.
well, Konami doesn't make the prices on it. You know,
True.
even the vendors. Konami still makes more money than any of the vendors.
That is true.
Okay.
But
Anyways,
they probably don't like it.
but I think it controls prices. By the way, Coke versus Pepsi. Anyone? Make a choice.
Sponsored by both.
It can't be sponsored by both.
Okay, Coca-Cola.
Pepsi.
Coca-Cola.
Okay. Pepsi has better alternative
And-
products.
Before we go on Coke and Pepsi, let's do the ban list first.
Okay. Anyways.
Stay on target.
Anyways. I think the
target.
ban
Well,
list
stay on
itself, the new rotation rules,
I like it.
overall is going to be more beneficial to the game. It keeps what's on top and what's in. It allows things more posability, really. Okay, so anyways, let's just start getting into it. Burner, the
4 baby dragons.
Burner, the Baby Dragons, Spellbook of Judgment. Let's just go on through. Okay, Burner, Stratos, Lightning, Reactin, Stream,
Judgment.
Shock Master,
Spellbook of
Card Destruction,
Judgment.
Gateway, which, by the way, Gateway's banned. Black Whirlwind's at 3, and Wind-Up Factory is at 3. Doesn't make sense. Okay, I get it. Gateway's broken. But one of those
Not
other
at
2
1.
cards needs to go. Well, it is broken at 1.
Well, you know what.
But, you know, it's not searchable, and it's a lucky turn 1 card.
That it is.
And if you're not good enough to get off of Gateway,
Then just go home. Go home. Now.
you know, here's the point. Samurai players are easy to beat. If you're not good enough to beat a Samurai player, well then you're screwed. You know, Samurais are good. It's just they have easy outs. But there's no reason Gateway is at 1. I mean, is banned now, and Whirlwind and Factory are at 3. The fuck? The actual fuck?
What is this?
Heavy Storm. That was one of the outs to Gateway. Along with 3 MSTs, 3 Twisters, various other cards in this game. So let's go on to
Solid
Monster
Puzzle?
Reborn. Monster Reborn doesn't surprise me in any sense of the word. Pot of Avarice doesn't surprise me because there's that new Pot of Duplicity coming out in Shadow Specters.
It's true.
So, yeah. Spellbook of Judgment needed to be gone, at least for a while. Who's to say it's not going to come back? It could. You
Very
know.
well could. I mean, heck, it might come back in December for all we know.
Once Mistake is released, it could come back. Because that stops you from adding cards to your hand, and none of the spellbook cards destroy anything. The prophecy cards can, but the spellbooks can't hardly do anything about it. What's next? Super Rejuve, just as unhealthy for the game as basically any Elemental Dragon player, any E-Drag player who thought for a moment that their deck was not going to be touched by this list was a fucking dumbass. It's not like,
Much.
just look at it, okay? For one, okay, they've been out since, you know, and these are cards that were completely unhealthy. The banning of the baby dragons kind of put the deck under. Now they also lost Super Rejuvenation. Super Rejuve was at 3. Spellbook of Judgment and Super Rejuve were both cards at 3. Honestly, I'm more surprised Spellbook of Judgment did not get limited before it got.
That is true.
Because, you know, the Tachyon packs are not going to push the 10s by themselves.
Other stuff has to.
Now, anyways, next up on the list, Solemn Judgment was completely out. Completely wasn't expecting Solemn Judgment to get
I
hit.
wasn't either.
But, you know, they're going for slower play and they're going to try it. Ultimate Offering.
Slower play.
Slower play. But, you know, guess what? Ultimate Offering is in the slowest deck there is. That can compete. That's Gadgets, Geargias, whatever. Slowest decks that can compete are Gadgets because they rely on normal summons. I'm not saying it because they're slow, I mean they require normal summons.
It's true.
Okay, limited Dragoons. So Merlantians are dead. Brotherhood of the Firefist Spirit, 3 Axis is dead.
More or less.
Birdman, Harpy Loop, Harpy OTK, I mean, dead. Rescue Rabbit kind of caught me off guard.
It did too.
You know,
I didn't see Rabbit.
no deck running a Rabbit engine this last format really did anything. But I guess it's what they're going to promote for the next format, why they wanted it limited.
Makes sense.
Thunder King Ryo made no sense to me whatsoever, but they are about to release Mistake, which does the same thing that Thunder King does. So, now's a good time to pick up on those Secret Thunder Kings. Or Ultimate. Was it released as an Ultimate? I think it might have been. But
Either way.
anyways,
Good time to grab 'em.
good time to grab them now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Evagishki Mind August. What the hell has Evagishki's done to get...
know.
Evagishkis haven't done anything, you know. This is like... They're thinking about it, let's do it. You know. I know what you're thinking. No.
Ivagishkis.
Seriously, guys. What has Evagishki's done? I know there was a loop with them
And that got
a while
pushed.
back, but they preemptively struck that last September. I remember, so. What are you going to do? I guess if you like Evagishkis, fuck you.
You got
Okay.
this deal.
Lauren, why?
I don't know.
The hell?
All he got used in was the Merlantian decks, and they did pretty well with just one usually.
Got Stellar M7.
There's got to be something behind that.
What does M7 do again?
M7, you can exceed summon him from 2 level 6s or another Consular Exceeds monster you can use to overlay to summon him.
Yeah, you can-
Basically, you can use, like, by removing a unit, you can select one card in either player's field or graveyard and return it to the owner's hand. And he has a base. And he has a base. And he has a base. I think 2,700 attack points, if my memory serves me correctly.
Alright. I can see why he got hit.
It's probably to slow constellars down a little
To be honest, I had
Or
no problem
anything
with
that can
because
do
my
it.
deck only
or
runs
anything
one
that
anyway.
can summon Tomali.
Mine only runs one anyway, so I don't have a problem with it.
That thing's pronounced Tomali.
I assume so.
I had no idea. I just called it Tomali.
It looks like it. P's probably silent. Anyway.
Dimensional Fissure.
Well, there goes all our graveyard control.
There goes Macro Rabbit. I kind of think they were trying to strike Macro Rabbit.
And Dino Rabbit.
Okay. Macro Rabbit basically is Dino Rabbit.
True.
Okay, Gold Sarco.
Needed it.
Yeah, definitely. Reinforcement of the... wait a minute, no. Royal Tribute. Why the hell did Royal Tribute get hit?
Gravekeepers haven't even done anything in a long time. Why?
I guess it's because Gravekeepers versus Boojings.
It could be. Very well could be.
Gravekeepers would win generally.
Yes, they force the Boojins to discard everything. And most of the Boojin stuff is hand traps, isn't it?
Well, most of the good ones are hand traps. Boojing and Crane.
The others are...
The others are either monsters you need on the field.
Forces them to dump all their monsters so they lose all their protection.
Okay, next up on the list is Bottomless Trap Hole. I can see why. Trap tricks.
Trap tricks.
Wait, it got banned?
You
No,
people don't
Trap
realize.
is limited to one.
Okay, you know, at first there's some hype behind the Trap Tricks cards. Because the Trap Tricks cards allow you to activate normal Trap Hole cards from your hand.
That might explain it.
So,
That would probably explain it right there.
I think this was an indirect shot at Trap Tricks, but I might be wrong. Next up on the list is Compulsory Evac, Eradicator Epidemic, and Macrocosmos. These are all new to the list. Haven't been on the list before. Well, I think Compulse might have been on there once before. But the rest of them haven't.
I think Epidemic needed it. Too abused in Dark Worlds.
Everything is abused in Dark Worlds.
That is true.
The fuck are you talking about?
Let's limit everything to one.
With the exception of light monsters.
That is true.
DNA surgery. Fuck you.
DNA surgery.
No, DNA transplant. Fuck you.
There we go.
Anyways, I don't understand Macrocosmos as much as the other two.
I mean, that's just
Eradicator to 1, okay. There's just so many things, but I guess they're trying to sell spells and trap cards to some extent because they just got rid of some powerful spells and trap cards.
That they did.
So I'm assuming there's going to be a couple more Solemns that do what Solemn Judgment do, but in multiple cards.
That's true.
Or something to the effect of that nature. Because this is Konami. What the hell you're going to do?
That is true also.
But Compulsory Evac device.
Konami, because fuck you.
It's... yeah.
I guess they are trying to go for slower play, but Compulse is a very slow card, and you still don't get rid of the problem.
Yeah, it just stalls it.
But in the end, it depends on what one you compulse.
It's like Grapha. You don't really get rid of it. You just stall it.
But I mean, compulse, like I said before, it really depends on what monster you hit.
Soul Drain.
If you hit a Synchro or an
They got rid of Soul Drain just to sell Boojins.
Yeah.
Soul Drain is hand?
Yeah. No. No, that's Mind Drain. No, Soul Drain is the grave.
Graveyard.
So they're doing this. Yes, it's still to sell Boojins.
Do a lot of the Boojins activate in the
A
graveyard?
lot of them do.
Yes.
That would explain it. Sell the Boojins off.
So now, the next up is Torrential Tribute. I see why.
Slow play.
Blanket monster destruction. That doesn't mean
Anytime a monster
If they didn't hit Dark Hole, they had to hit Torrential.
That is true.
But Dark Hole's much faster.
So Torrential's at 1.
If they didn't ban Dark Hole, they had to limit.
So is Torrential banned or...
Torrential's limited.
Okay. Well, that makes sense then.
Mizuki to 2. Plague Spreader to 2.
Zombies, anyone?
Zombies
TG
and
to
Black
2.
Deaths?
Striker. Striker is arguably the best synchro in the game.
Maybe that's why Epidemic left is because of zombies.
No. Zombies don't primarily play dark cards.
Oh, true.
I say it got hit because of vampires, maybe.
Preemptive on vampires.
But no. You need a monster with 25 plus, though.
True. And yeah, and the same thing on zombies. Not very many
Who knows?
zombies have that.
Next
Anyway.
up is Fire Formation Hanky. Okay. Yeah, I guess you have.
Flashable in 2.
Okay, you just dodged. You just dodged. Boojins have dodged everything on this list, and it helps everything on them. Tanky helps Boojins, but Fire Fists have been struck in every way possible, except for 4-axis. But this hits
So
4-axis
they might-
partially.
Well, maybe it's promoting a slower 4-axis, just a tad bit slower.
Well, 4-axis is the only thing playable at this point, period, if you want to play Fire Fist.
That is true.
Next up, Dimensional Prison. That card was just too good.
Yeah, I agree with that. Oh wait, Deep Prison's at 1 now.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta get rid of 1. Crap.
Hey,
I forgot it's still in photons.
I could use one. Yeah, and now let's just look at all the stuff. Okay, Malicious at 3 now.
Well.
By the way, Teledad is still possible. Not consistent, but possible. So anyone saying you can't build Teledad, fuck you. Okay?
Still possible. Very possible.
And yeah. So anyways, Agent Mystery Earth at 3. Agent decks, TG agents. Tsukuyomi now at 3. Granted, Tsukuyomi did nothing anywhere else. It was just kind of like the block to Jaugen the Chancellor. Not Chancellor, Spiritualist. Don't know where I got Chancellor from.
It's true.
Hero Lives is now at 3, which is a spell card.
Yes.
A Black Whirlwind is now at 3, which it's going back to 2. It's
It
going
has
back to
to.
1. It's
It
going back
has
to 1.
to.
I just played against it with Prophecy.
Yes. And that was only 2 of them active at once.
Granted, my Prophecy deck's nowhere near finished, but we
That
just
is
got
true.
butt raped by it. By those things. I started. You know, I don't care. Slower format my ass. Black Whirlwind at 3
Black Whirlwind at 3
was
speeds
not
it
a
up
smart
lot.
move at all, Konami. You know, I can agree with everything else on the list, but Black Whirlwind to 3.
Maybe this is also their testing thing. This gives them 3 or 4 months to see what Whirlwind will do at 3. Saying, yeah,
They're just trying
and
to
3's
sell
too
their
fast,
their,
we'll stick
their
it
new
down.
synchros.
it could be. In Black Wings is one of the heaviest synchro summon decks that ever
Ecol,
existed.
Hieratic Seal of Convocation, which is their search card.
Hieratic
Pod of
going back?
They never really left, but they never really
True.
took off either. Pod of
they might.
Duality to 3, and Scapegoat to
What?
3. Plasma Goat Controller. Anybody?
Scapegoat's okay. Duality's like what?
They just got rid of a lot of draw power for a lot of decks.
Yeah,
So
so
Pod of
adding duality is their trade-off.
3 Dualities while having Spellbooks of Judgments in their deck.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Let's not and say we did.
Anyways, I don't think anyone plays Judgment in there.
It's gonna be a
Anyways,
city format.
I
don't
think
think
this is going to be an
anybody likes
interesting
Judgment.
one, and I cannot wait to do the ban list for the next one.
I want to
but-
see what they do.
I can't. At least I mean nobody runs Judgment Day in
It's-
their deck anymore, right?
Well, you can't.
Banned.
Exactly.
Anyways, looking up to pick up 1 or 2 cheap Judgment Days. I'm not paying $15 for it because it's banned.
What's it
It's
worth?
being a secret rare. I will pay $5 to $10 what Trishula is. Fuck you guys. See ya.
Good thing I summoned Trish the other day.
But on a serious note, if you made it through, congratulations. But see you later, you two.